And we are live. I don't know. Our captures are looking good. All right, well, hold on a minute. What is going on there? Oh, lovely. Oh, I love technical difficulties. My favorite. Howdy, Flora. Welcome, welcome. Okay, maybe this will work. Why is this so letterboxed? Perhaps this will work? Hey, there we go. All right, let us get rid of this window then, because we do not need it. Get rid of the other game capture, because it's permanently letterboxed for some reason. And then move this guy down to where it needs to be. Howdy, hey, McRascal, Yasuhira. It's going good. I have a very busy week, and I'm not super happy about it, but today is the last day of it. So that's quite nice. Ooh, man. That does mean that we have a time limit today, which is 4 hours. I am probably only going to get to make the model. I don't know that we're going to be able to actually start Subnautica yet today, but I have to make sure that I am done as close to 4 as possible. I need as much time. I need as much time as possible. You do sound a little different though. Is that a mic thing, or have you been pushing yourself too much? I might be talking a little bit, so maybe my voice is a little deeper than usual. I have not been drinking as much water as I should, mostly because I was sick and I didn't want to use my big old 32 ouncer. Didn't want to get sick germs on it. But now we're good to go. Also, it might be the fact that I don't think I have turned my settings down. My mic is probably still set to 85 when it should be close to 78. Thank you very much, Boulder, for the Prime sub. 26 months. Good God, that's more than 2 years. Stream morale is going to be underwater for these streams, huh? I don't know. Depends on how much you all like seeing me afraid. If the It Steals stream was any indication, I suppose it's going to be a hit. Just so long as we don't get orange again. Less of an orange guy myself, I think. Anyway, hi. We're going to be making a model today. It's been a while since I've made one, but I feel like I have a pretty clear idea for what I want this one to look like. If you hate the deep ocean, then Subnautica will be scary for sure. That's why I'm playing it in October 2, the sequel to October. A very real month that exists every calendar year, at least, on the Jelly Channel. October, yeah, there we go. There we go. Only if you remember to keep yourself hydrated and don't hurt your vocal cords prior to the stream. The teeth, the tongue. No, the teeth, the lips, teeth, the tip of the... I don't remember. Listen, man, our vocal warm-ups were really weird. What was the one that we... Unique New York, Unique New York, Unique New York, Unique New York. I saw a kitten eating chicken in the kitchen. Bunch of tongue twisters. Get you all warmed up and make sure you're enunciating properly. November 1st, Black Friday, is known as almost Christmas time. I believe Tom Cardy refers to it as not quite almost Christmas time. Although I am very excited for Black Friday this year, because I am a little tech nut now. Unfortunately, I do like my little trinkets. I do like my little electronics that have special screws in them that I was not able to access before. I am learning that this world is comprised of so many discrete little objects that are held together by screws, and I find that to be quite pleasant. Hype train income. I should really stop. I should really stop hype trains from existing. These do nothing. I don't know why these exist, and I'm always upset to see them. And they just don't. The emotes they unlock suck, which is a shame. Like the art itself, not bad. They don't have use cases. Is the problem? You're gonna love getting yourself a bit set for a screwdriver in a couple years now. Years going, oh wow, this is all so easy now. Assumedly, I will also understand what a bit set is. I don't know what that means. Unless you mean like getting a set of screwdriver bit, like little electronic screwdriver bits for a bunch of different specialty screws, in which case I already have that. It's lovely. That's what prompted this. Excuse me. I heard you say tech nerd as Techna and was wondering how the fuck did you become a fashionista technology enthusiast very overnight? Turns out I'm just tired. I mean, with the power of art, anything is possible. That's the one, and different sizes and such. Way ahead of me, look at you. Yep! I've been taking apart a bunch of controllers. It's been very fun. Frankie, fittingly, is alive. I was able to order another controller that I could siphon parts from for cheap off eBay. It was like $15. Not bad at all. Not only is she alive once more, she has new features, such as a functional touchpad with the little touchscreen thing, which I didn't know was an actual feature that this thing had. It is 2 buttons instead of the 1, so that means that I can use it on my PS4. And the little light bar LED, I can change the color of that in Steam, so I made it my iconic pale yellow. Frankie is a PlayStation 4 controller that I have been getting a bunch of different parts from. Okay, so it all started when I wanted to get a shell replacement for the one PS4 controller that I had, right? And I didn't realize that the PS4 controller would have different generations. And so I just ordered the first sort of clear shell that I saw on Amazon for like $10. I think 10, 15, I can't remember. And I just sort of ordered the first clear shell because I like seeing all the internals. It's nice. It's very pleasing. And when it arrived, I got halfway through oh no, stream died. Uh-oh. Fun. Reconnection successful. Oh, that's a lot of dropped frames. Wonder why. Are we back? Hello? Hello? My stream collapsed. Lovely. Oh, that's so much fun, especially because we're not doing anything at all. Anyway, I ordered a shell for a PS4 controller, and then it turns out that there are different generations of PS4 controllers. Do you remember to set your clock back? I didn't because I never set my clock forward. I think it did it automatically. And so I ended up getting the wrong generation of shell. It was for a V1, and I had a V2 controller. I didn't realize until halfway through reassembly. So I decided that instead of just cutting my losses, I would try and, still make use of the thing that I bought. So I got a real cheap Generation 1 controller on eBay. That one was like $20 or so. But unfortunately, that one was in really bad shape. It had really bad stick drift. It was missing the springs for the right and left triggers, so they were on really like a hair trigger, like literally you touch them just a little bit, and they would trigger. But I was tinkering with it. I got it mostly functional, but in the process of tinkering with it, so many times, taking it apart and opening it up and closing it and all that stuff, all in an attempt to try and fix the analog joystick drift on the left one. It eventually just broke entirely. One of the wires for the rumble frayed and snapped, and the joystick drift eventually just got so bad that it was untenable. So I had to cut my losses and get a third controller, and that's the one that we have right now. Now this one, again, it's fully featured, which means that not only can I use her on my PC, which was the intent for the first place, I can use her on the PlayStation 4, which is her original purpose, which is good. You'd think if you had the controller for the system, you'd want to be able to use it with the system, right? That's probably one of the things that you would like to be possible with a device, is that it is functional with the hardware it was designed for. So that's good. That's nice. That's a positive thing. So Frankie is alive. I love her dearly. She has Xbox analog sticks, because I had a spare Xbox controller lying around that I pilfered them from. Anyway, we're not here to talk about Frankie, although I could. We are here because I have a mission. And that mission is to make a new model. Need to make one for Subnautica. So, here's what I got planned. Here's what I'm thinking. All right, here's the ideas I got kicking around. So we got our main character from Subnautica here, looking a lot lankier than my mental image of him did. And we got a pretty standard looking wetsuit. Nice color separation. Gives us some nice stuff to work with. Controller got bottom or stick surgery. Congrats to her. Good for her, yeah. I mean, she is Frankie, which is a play on Frankenstein, so it's more of like an everything surgery, but yeah, good for her. All right, but we got our standard wetsuit type deal. And then, of course, it has a rebreather version. Now, this does have the big old visor on the front. I don't know how much I fuck with that, but we'll see how it goes. Why is it called a wetsuit if the point is to stop you from being wet? It's not to stop you from being wet. It's a suit you wear when you're gonna get wet. It's for wet work. It's a wet suit. It doesn't keep you dry. I hope you understand that, right? A wetsuit doesn't keep you dry. You still very much get wet. You know that, right? He's not dry underneath of this thing. He is still very much wet. I don't think wet work means what you think it means. No, it definitely doesn't. But it sounded nice coming off the tongue there. Anyway, here's what I was thinking. I want this to be two different similar models, okay? And this is why it's probably going to take us all 4 hours, even though I would also like to change the style model. Here, I got a lot going on, all right? It's been a while. And I have been in a really rough art block, so I need something to shake it up, okay? So you may have noticed that for a very long time, all of my models are designed in such a way that when I swap between them, it is relatively seamless to some degree, right? They're all, generally speaking, in the same position. They got well, there's some outliers here, but they're all, you swap between them, it's like putting on a new pair of clothes, right? Now, I do like that. I do find that to be pleasing. However, it does get a little stale, right? We got this shape guideline here, and believe me, buddy, you put in some hours, you've done me good, all right? However, I'm getting a little bored with it, which, to be fair, I've been streaming for 3 years, probably been using this for about 2, all right? Understandable that I might want a little shake-up on one of the consistent aspects of the stream. So here's what really was the catalyst for this. Now, I didn't design I didn't design this one while I was live. I made this one in my own time for the Silent Hill F streams, okay? So we have got this model here, right? Which is based on Rena from Higurashi, although let me just change the color palette here real quick. I need to, oh yeah, there we go. So this one, not necessarily Higurashi styled, but very much in the same pose, right? And of course we have the original colors, which were Hinako's, right? And as you may be able to tell, very, very different from the usual model that we go for. Well, I say very different. We're still using the same brushes for the most part, but it's a whole different ballgame, whole different pose, using the sketchy eye style that I go for rather than the fully featured one that you're witnessing right now. And I thought, hey, I like that quite a lot. In fact, one of the things, or rather in particular, I really like that the pose changes. I thought that was a fun little thing. It's definitely easy to have this model here where the only change between the talking and non-talking is raised eyebrows and I look at you rather than, you know, to off to the side, assumedly implied to be at the game, right? But I like this quite a lot. I think the pose change is quite fun. And so what I would like to do in that similar vein. Sorry, give me 1 second. I gotta blow my nose. I'm still a little congested. Okay, so what I would like to do is I would like to have one model, and I don't know how often it will get used, but I would like to have one model where I am not underwater. If say I am for some reason on land or in a building, which I do believe are two things that you can be in Subnautica, I will have this one. And then when I am underwater, I would like to have a second model with the rebreather thing, actually using it. And so, well, yeah, one that's chilling, and then one with bubbles. What I would like to try and do, which might be a little difficult, is I want to use Viatotube's blink function to have a little animation for the rebreather of these rather than blinking. Well, I guess I could blink as well. I could have these little bubbles come up, or I could have the bubbles come out whenever I'm doing the talking version, whichever one seems. I guess we'll figure it out. But I would like for there to be some bubblage whenever I'm using the underwater version. I think that would be really fun. How easy that will be to do, I am unsure. Wouldn't the water get under the bag? Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? And I have recently discovered Krita has very little. You have little animation effects. So you can the ones that I was aware of before I updated Krita were that you can add a little jump whenever you're changing between states. I don't have it on this model because the framing of this model is that I'm like sitting down, right? And so instead the head just bumps up a little bit, right? But that's the general idea. I found out they added little effects that you can do. You can darken, which no wait, it would be you want it like that. This would be assumedly if you had like a guest on. Usually whenever VTubers have guests on, they'll have a PNG tuber, and then whenever they're not talking, the sprite will darken like so. Something like that. There is the jump, of course. This one is more of a jump back and forth, as it were. There's random move, which is this one. Amount? Oh, hold on. You can modify them a little bit. Yeah, we can get a little crazy with it, as you can see. Although we can also turn the velocity down. Oh. There we go. Little shaky cam action. Right? But the one that I'm interested in is called Wave Move. Specifically because I can do this. Time period, make it longer. I can set it to just move along the y-axis. And then I can have it bob slowly up and down as if I'm floating in water. I think that would be very fun. The fast drill effect caught me by surprise. that breath caught a little bit. Morning, Lemonade. Good to see you. Could you also have the bubbles just automatically on the underwater, regardless of when yapping or not? That's where I'm torn, Yasuhira. Not to fall into bag puns and all that jazz. I don't know if I want the bubbles to appear when I'm talking because it's like the air is getting released from the rebreather, or if I want the bubbles to come out on blink, so that's like the breathing happening. That's like the passive cycling of breath. You have two models for whether you're on surface or under. Correct. Yes, I would have one model for when I am not underwater, or not swimming, rather, and then I would have another model for when I am underwater and swimming. City builder stream with a construction worker bag who does a jackhammer animation whenever you build streets. That seems a little above my pay grade, but it is a very funny idea. You can also just try both and see what works. Fair enough. Howdy, clown. All right, but that is the mission statement, as it were. That's what we're looking at. That's what we're planning for. Hopefully, I can deliver on this vision. I'm going to try and be a little more loosey-goosey with it. I'm going to try and be a little more freeform rather than rigid. Worst comes to worst, we of course have our old pal shape guideline to fall back on. But I would prefer not to. I want to try and do something a little bit more like I did with this one, because I think that would be fun. So, let's get some music on, and let's get to it, shall we? Let me know if it's too quiet or loud. Okay. Head out to eat some stuff, and then might return later. Best of luck regardless. You got this. Thanks, Yasuhira. Appreciate you. Alright. So... I think, did I... What size brush did I use for this? Okay, yeah, it was definitely... I think probably 25? That looks about right. I think air on the taller side of things. Now the question is, do we want filled in eyes? Or do we like the sketchier style? Okay, now on one hand, the pale yellow is my color, and the glowing spiral eyes are part of the brand, as it were. Howdy, not so neato. Welcome, welcome, Raiders. How's it hanging? I'll be honest. As much as the glowing eyes are our brand, I do think maybe whenever we don't have the goggles on, they can be whatever. But I think whenever we have the goggles on, maybe we can make them yellow to differentiate a little bit. I really have come to love these style of eyes quite a lot. I adore them greatly. I care for them very much. Although I do think we want to go a little wider with the head. I'm going to use this as a general sort of guideline because I really like the proportions of how this one came out. We want to go wider for sure. This is from Satisfactory. There we go. And this could stand to be a little thicker. We want it in the middle somewhere. That looks like looking right at you. See, the balance that's difficult to find with this one is with the filled eyes, I can position the pupils pretty easily in order to imply where they're looking. With this one, it's a little more difficult. How exactly did I do it here? Filled them in more to center it. And then literally moved them a little more to the center. Okay. Gotcha. In this case, hold on. Let me make sure that I'm grabbing you there. Control C. Oh. Whoops. CV. And merge that down. One, 2, 1, and 2. A little too thick on the eyeliner. Or would that be mascara? I think that'd be mascara. And then I think we might want to move these in a little bit as well. Still feeling a little centered in terms of where my gaze is directed. There we go. That's a little better. Have you used any programs beside Krita? When I first started out, I believe I used Paint Tool Psi for a while, and I liked that. It was a good enough program. I remember it had really good pen stabilization, which was nice. And then I don't know that Krita's pen stabilization was very good, or if I just haven't used it at all. Okay, so there's our head. Good stuff. Now, let's move you back up here with our references so that we can see what we're working with on this wet suit. Okay. Now I want this is the like store page renders. This is going to give us a much more detailed idea of what it looks like, as opposed to this, which I believe is the in-game model, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to base it more off of this one rather than off of this one. Goodbye to you, man who looks as though he is in the Fortnite dimension. He is bleeding some pixels, yes, but who among us? His hair sucks serious ass. It's like a little shark fin, you know? You know, cut him some slack, all right? He's been through a lot, I assume. And we are likely to be through quite a lot as well in the future. So let's see. We definitely want... something there. It's got like a triangle-shaped deal. There about. No, it's definitely bigger than that. Maybe we want that to be like so, since it's going to be a detail on there. And then something like that. Yeah, that works for me. Okay. Now, what kind of pose are we feeling? Should probably figure that out before I got into all this drawing business, but, you know, I'm sure it'll be fine. It's worked out for us before, hasn't it? Could always do the classic one hand on hip that I did for, Of the Devil. Arms to the side's not too bad either. Well, we'll figure it out. I'm mostly just waffling because I don't know what I want this torso deal to look like. It was relatively easy here because I knew where I wanted the arms to go, and if I can draw the arms, generally speaking, the rest of the torso can follow. So maybe I should try to draw the arms. Or at least line up our shoulders and like. Now, we're relatively lucky in that he's got like these little bubble things on his shoulders, these rounded pauldron-esque shapes, which are going to give us a little bit of easy form factor in terms of figuring out how we want to place this stuff, for the most part. Though in this case, I guess this one would be a little more hidden by the angle, I suppose. Like so. And then we want our little shoulder strap type deal there, which I'm not really sure how I want that to look. Let's figure that out now, shall we? We need to erase just a little bit. This Brekkie? Simmer Springs from Chicory, A Colorful Tale. Yeah, I like the shape, but I don't love it on the right side looks good, but nothing about the left is really speaking to me. It's a little better. We want to make sure that that is going over top of it more pronouncedly. Honestly, we probably should have gone for those first to begin with. They feel like a much better guiding line. Move this guy. You know what? We don't need your arm. Goodbye. We know what the other one looks like. Let me just check something real quick. Yeah, no, we're fine. Okay. All right. Torso. We're going to cut it off somewhere thereabouts, we'll say. Feeling for the arms. Hands on hips is a classic. Highly recommend it if you're out in public and you don't know what to do with your hands. Alright, already? Wider. I know I'm gonna want this wider. No, oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You know, we'll stretch this first. And that's actually enough. That's fine. Good, good, good. I think I should probably try and play around with making some of the details on the inside of my art a little more nebulous, because something that I do really like to do when I draw is, like, as you can see here, I don't connect a lot of the lines. I like having a lot of the connective tissue just be nebulous and to let your brain fill in the gaps there. And the only reason that I really draw everything so connected is because, you know, you kind of need to do that if I'm making a VTuber and I need clearly defining lines between where the model kind of begins and ends. I should make my art a little more nebulous, they say directly before adjusting a piece of the art to be more concrete. This should be more centered. Like about there. I would say. There we go. All right. I do think we're going to have to extend the torso a little bit longer. Which isn't a problem, because the wetsuit sort of flows together. How do I want to do these hands? Do I want to do hands? Do I care all that much if the hands are particularly detailed? I think, you know, all know the answer to that is going to be no. However, I do think I'm going to need to raise these shoulders up a bit so that we can get the pose we're looking for. Because that's not quite right. Sassy hands on hips? Perhaps, but not very fitting. Maybe a fist on hip type deal? I don't hate that. Hold on a minute. I'm into that. I am planning for Subnautica, as a matter of fact. Alright, I like that quite a bit, actually. And this chest dealy goes like so. Excuse me, sorry. Have you played Subnautica before? I have not! It is a crystallization of one of my greatest fears, that being the depths. It was supposed to be a Halloween feature, but I had to... I was busy, so we had to save it until Halloween 2. The Squeakquel. Sorry, my bad. Halloween 2, the Shriekquel. da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Want little details here and there. I think we want like a little slight chest action. How do these arms work? Hold on. Gotcha. Little pit action for C8 there. Nice. I'm sorry. Be like that, kinda. How would this? I mean, kinda. A little bit. Oh, and of course it actually... Right. No, I'm not liking that. The hands aren't right. The hands don't match up. These don't match up at all. This doesn't feel right. Something feels wrong. Something feels very, very wrong. I mean, it also could be the fact that I don't have, you know... Like... That's helping it feel a little better. I never know where to put that. Left hand is supposed to be closer, but it looks smaller. Yep. So here's what we do. A classic maneuver. Just make it a little bigger. Arms on hips is like the non-lethal version of a Rantsona crossing their arms. It's a classic for a reason. This angle isn't right. That's not this is wrong. Something is wrong here. Something is deeply wrong. No. Don't tell anyone. We're gonna see if we can just mirror it and perhaps figure out what the problem is. But here's the thing. Now it kind of looks like I'm doing a little like bodybuilder flex, and I'm not into that. I'm not into that one bit. Why does it look like that? I think it's just because this arm is in front. No, it still kind of looks like that. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm not liking this whole arm situation now. The whole thing has gone belly up. Which arm don't I like? It's definitely sticking too far out. I'll tell you what's going on. I'm definitely noticing something. Give me one moment. Why are you... Hold on. You there. Control V. I'm gonna take... Oh, of course. Why would I make things easy for myself? This whole deal... Gotta push in a group. A little bigger. I mean... Perhaps a little... Hmm... Why are we aura farming? It's the only kind of farming available for a man of my stature. Looking relatively good. I don't like this. I don't like how that's looking. It's a whole deal there. There's that. That's supposed to go like so. Hmm. Hmm. Closer to the pit. We're dealing with like a 3-tone section here, which might be what's throwing me off. Those. Okay, now that's accurate relatively, but I don't like it. Why don't I like it? That's better. I like that. Okay. I think that's good enough for me. Cool. Now, I do want a little rebreather pack on our back here. Is that a flashlight on the guy's belt? I think so? On his hip there? Unsure. Oh, this also comes up. Hold on. Comes up way higher. Wrong brush. There we go. Something like that. And then I did want a backpack. Not for any particular reason, but just because I want one. Although I think it would be more rounded to be like oxygen tanks. Should probably do this on a new layer. Yeah, that works for me. Now, are the proportions good, or do I want to squash and stretch a little? There we go. The good part about using a brush like this is it's all a little scribbly anyway, so whenever we change stuff for size and all that jazz, it works perfectly fine. Don't worry about a thing. Get rid of that leg. Doesn't sit right. Go. Alright. I believe we have our above ground model. For the most part. Although we want to do eyes here. So Control V, put these in a little layer of their own. Another group for one. Another group for one. Open. And close. Center those a little more. Oh, whoops-a-daisy. Move the head back to its own little layer. That one's real subtle. Go. Do any little cleanups we need to. Alright, merge this one down. Make these a little less pronounced. Why does it look like you drew yourself more buff than usual? Because we have this cleft in our chin. Or, sorry, chest. And we're doing a little pose that makes us look wider. We're peacocking just a little bit. He doesn't have that cleft there. Also the shoulder pads, yeah. Which probably shouldn't be that pronounced. But you know what? It is what it is. We take those. You should be part of the line art here. Get in the group. There we go. Okay. The manliness complements the screen. Alright, alright. I guess we'll keep the little cleft. As a treat. There we go. Oh, and there should also be... One moment, please. No, I think... Well, no. It cuts in a little... On the side, like so. Add some chest hair while you're at it. No, I don't like poking through. That would be terrible. Oh, no thank you. Now, is there something else we need to be aware of here? Oh, wrong one. Eraser. What? Rita, why do you have to be difficult? Let's do two-tone on that. We don't have to worry too much about it. He's got a whole thing where it's like written there. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna work. I want to do like a little hexahedron. Alright. One down. This will probably be cropped something like thereabouts. Do I like how that looks? I'm fine with that. Yep. Okay. Then we want to do eyes real quick. Music, why did you stop? Thank you. Alright. Some classic lines boiling. That ought to do it. Although we're probably going to need to double all those, but it's fine. We'll cross that bridge whenever it rises to meet us. Go. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. Alrighty. So that is... Why do you have... Hmm? What's going on there? What the hell is going on there? What in the world? Very strange, but okay. Okay. Ow! Bumped my knee. We're fine. I'll live. It's gonna be okay. I think I do also want little eyebrows. When we switch to open. I think they're charming. There we go. Looking good. You know what? I think I might, as a treat, whenever I color this in, give myself little blushies. I deserve them, I think. There we go. Okay. There. Dry line art. There's something got in there that wasn't line art. One moment, please. There we go. This does, of course, imply the existence of wet line art. Eraser, which is for some reason set to the same tool as the pen, because nothing can ever be easy. Grab that as well. Row selection by, let's say 3 pixels. Vert selection. Okay. Row by, let's say, 2. This is my solution to there sometimes being like a little border that doesn't quite show right. Row selection, we'll do a little more. I'm gonna take a very large black brush. Lightly color in that border a little bit more. Just to give our line art Make it look a little bolder around the edges. Ooh. All right, big stretch. Okay. And that's supposed to be the eraser. Put that there. And get rid of that there. Okay. Now, do I want to color this now, as I can, or do I want to try and make the other mod? I think we can color this one now, because I also want to show you, I colored the line art a little bit now. I think it's very fun. So we will color it. What are we looking at? Looking like a very stock standard kind of gray. But just to make it a little more interesting, we'll make it a little bluish. Because why not? That's fun. We do fun things sometimes. Okay, so this is going to be our base color. Is this our... No, this is our lighter on this one. So we probably shouldn't color it all in. Well, no, because it's going to be the color of the shoulder straps as well. It's fine. The process is all about doubting yourself 17 times and then just doing it. So, now that you have that base color filled in, what I like to do is take a lighter version of that color, go over it lightly with our big brush like so, back to our base color, take a darker version of that color, go over it again, and then one more time with our base color. Now, this doesn't affect the color itself all that much, but what it does do is give us a little craggly kind of texture on the colored line art, right? Gives us a little bit of like variance in how it looks, and I like that quite a lot. So I do that often. Then that's going to be like this, and we're just going to take it right to a darker color right away. How's this segmented? Okay. So for these darker sections, again, we're going to start off by filling them in all the way. Go top part of the arm there. How's that segment? Darker on the inside, okay. Small little color band. Already looking quite nice, I must say. And those are actually a shade darker on the shoulders. Interesting. Cool. That'll be basically like a pure black almost. Small inside section that's darker. And this part's darker. The whole thing is darker, but just to add a little bit of color variance, we're going to keep those small slit parts there lighter. Just because it looks a little more interesting. And then, same deal as before. Take our brush, make it real big. Take a lighter shade. Go over it. Back to our original. Take a darker shade, which is practically black at this point. Go over it. And then once more back to our original color. This makes it look a little more interesting, I think. Then we have what's going to be basically a fully black. Open your eyes. Open to the clear blue sky. I'll be there. God, Liza P was so good. This one we're just gonna go over with a little bit of light since we can't get darker. A real delicate touch on there. All right, looking good. Supposed to be the eraser. We're gonna get rid of this so that our hands are white. That is supposed to be skin color. So, what do you think about the claim that WarioWare wouldn't sell if it came out that Wario was in fact not Mario's evil doppelganger, and instead he was just some guy? What? What? Like, sales would decline if he wasn't specifically Mario's doppelganger? That sounds stupid. I don't think that's true. I don't agree. Then need this last section here, which is like a yellowish. Who's making this claim, if I can ask, Boulder? Well, what's your source? What's your source? Is this a random Twitter post you're throwing in my direction? Many people are saying this? Okay, give me one of them by name. And I swear to God, if you say, like, Northern Lion or some shit, or fucking Chiblee... That one didn't really do anything. No. You wouldn't know them? Oh, do they go to a different streaming service? Right, I think I'm just gonna leave that one as... Oh, hold on a minute. We also need on the arms as well. On Nintendo's fighting game, ARMS. And then oxygen tank is like a real dark red. There we go, yep. Although I do think we want to... There we go. Where's the oxygen tank? How did I lose the oxygen tank? Did I put it on a different layer? Did I put it on a layer that already had stuff on it? Where's the oxygen tank? Don't tell me I put that on the main layer. I didn't. Where is it? Where are you? Okay, you're on your own layer that I somehow lost. And... darker. Back to basics. Okay. Now, I don't love how this shoulder strap situation is looking. I don't love it. So here's what I'm going to do. Take this. I'm going to make you a shade lighter. Just a touch. Just a touch. Just a skosh lighter. Alright. So we actually have a little differentiation on this part. And then we will fill this in with the darker variant. I'm feeling much better about that. Yeah, that feels better. That feels better. Okay, good, good, good. Okay. Am I forgetting something? No, I know what I'm forgetting. Now, the fun part begins. We'll see Control V. Now we take this line art. Howdy, Claire. Good to see you. Take a much darker color. I don't think we want to use the yellow line art for anything here, actually. I think what we want to do is take this, make that darker. So, well, we do want to use the yellow line art for one thing. Oh boy. It's a little hard for me to see. I won't lie. And we're also dealing with a lot of dark blue values. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to even really tell most of this is changing. But I guess it's about the subtleties. And I can't really tell that anything has changed at all, personally. But also, I think my monitor is kind of fucked because it seems like it's way too saturated. I think it's different. Therefore, it is substantial enough for me to consider it so. I think it looks good. Oh, right, of course, hold on. Almost forgot a very important detail. Where's my iconic yellow? Yoink. I deserve it. All right. Looking pretty good, methinks. One down. We do want to move. What is this? That's a whole can of worm. Dry diver. I'm gonna take you, move you. That's not very good. That's not good at all, as a matter of fact. We need to be, you need to be big. So we'll just make you bigger. Simple as. Sometimes life can be easy. Big things are always happening in this canvas, Clear. The world where dreams come true. Alright. That's looking pretty good. Oh, looking much better when I hit enter and it's not blurry as hell. Cool. Okay, one down. Now the fun part. Making a second model entirely. What's the color? We need your head. One moment. Let me just... Yoink. Click. I really love the blush. Me too. It's quite nice. Control C, Control V. Now looking at that has given me the impression that maybe the line art should be doubled again. So give me one moment. You go in your own little... It's a little much. I just got an ill omen. Are the eyes part of the line art for some reason? The eyes are part of the line art for some reason. That's not what we want. We don't want that. That's bad. Where are where are our eyes? Where'd our eyes go? Did we lose our eyes? That's bad. We lost the eyes. I don't know where the eyes went. One moment, please. Get rid of all of that. Drawing line art. Okay, there are our eyes specifically. Control C that. Color, line art back. Then we want to get rid of them on this. And there as well. And paste them there. Also, we want to turn this down a little. Okay. Then we take you. Okay. Things can't be easy because I have to make them difficult. It's as simple as that, really. It's very necessary for me to double those and then... you're looking a little light. Me, whenever I'm designing a character and I decide to make their skin darker. Me, whenever I'm redesigning Jamie and I decide to make her fat. You're looking a little light. I don't think I have that many in me for that one, unfortunately. The next one I was thinking of was already too abstract. It was me whenever I'm the exo stranger in Destiny 2 and I'm talking to the main character's ghost and he's searching for something. You're looking a little light because she calls your ghost Little Light. Anyway, get rid of those peepers. You don't need them anymore. Me, whenever Easter is over and I have to throw away the novelty marshmallows, get rid of those peepers. You don't need them anymore. Okay. How am I going to do this one? All right, you know what, Dry Diver? We're gonna just Control C and Control V and merge you down, and then we're just gonna bring you right over here so that we have a little itty bitty reference of our own stylization. Give me a second. Okay, no, I heard yelling and I forgot that the football game just started. That makes sense. And I'm going to make you a little opaque so that I can actually see what's going on. Okay. Stretch. Okay. Now we just got to do a different pose. Close your eyes. Alright. Just dance with me all through the night. That a little more. Well. Okay. Swimming. We're gonna need a rebreather. This needs to be 25 again. How do we want this rebreather to look? Start by making it the right color, I think. That's usually quite helpful. And also make sure that you're drawing on the actual layer you want to be using. Move it down a little. We're not necessarily trying to make this accurate to how it looks on his. I'm not loving it. I'm not loving that shape. I need eyes. Probably should have done this before I moved the head. One moment, please. Go. Aligned. And then we just whisk them both away. Good to go. Right now, I want to be able to see both of the eye positions, just so that we have a general idea. Make those a little more opaque. Just so we have a general idea of where they're going to be positioned, so that we can put the rebreather somewhere. That's looking generally like we want it to, I think. And to make it a little wider. And then... How does this work? Like the right general idea. Little... slits in it, or whatever, there generally. Then tubes coming out. Tubes will go thereabouts, wherever we really need them to go. I know I have them going like behind, but they'd actually be going to the oxygen tanks. Okay. Now I think we make it bigger, and we refine the shape. This will make all of this normal. Let's turn it off. Okay. Turn it into one cohesive shape. I feel like with these style of eyes, the rebreather should move with them. It probably should. That's definitely the play to go for. Inner lines there. There. There we go. Close. Why am I always on eraser? There we go. Oh. Oxygen slit type dealies, or whatever those are. I don't know. That looks good to me. And we can draw the connective tissue of the wires later. That's looking good to me. Yeah, the rebreather would shift a little, like so. Give it a little turn. And how about instead of erasing, we make our lives easier and future-proof it a little? Row by 3, let's say. Invert selection. Group. There we go. And then we can color that as we need it. Good. Good though. One problem solved. Although, it's looking a little... That's fine. That's whatever. Alright. Now we have to draw the body part of the thing. Which is a shame. Ready. Let's get to it. Why is this all in the dry diver? Oh, because we have a dried... Oh, yeah, of course, naturally. He is our reference. Music? Who told you to stop? I would like you to play a different song. This one isn't bad, but I would prefer a different one. I want the other one from the D4 soundtrack. Little Peggy. Hold on, one moment. I have an idea. I don't like that idea. No. No, I don't like that one bit. It just doesn't feel quite... Don't fuss with it too much. As a matter of fact, get rid of it for now. Move in a little closer here. And then you are going to be 25. Angle you a little bit. Try not to think about how dog collar-esque this looks. Okay. Raise a little bit there, so we can have our shoulder strap dealio. You'll be switching manually between these two models, or you have some advanced script to detect while you're under the surface. Oh, I'll be doing that manually. I'm not smart enough to automate this process. This is definitely good swimming posture. We're getting there. So again, I like to draw just the little connective bits between. Feels like my brain understands that better than drawing the whole thing. Which makes sense, I suppose. Something doesn't feel right about this. What doesn't feel right about this? What's wrong? Didn't feel right there. I don't know what it was for the life of me. Longer arms, maybe? Wider stance. Could also go the opposite direction. Well, I mean, here's the problem. If I go the opposite direction, then we're kind of going for more of like a Rena Higurashi type deal. which I don't mind, but not what I want. I think it's the shoulders. The shoulders don't feel right. Maybe it would be more of like a arms out type thing. Maybe that's the problem. I'm making them go both go in. Now we're kind of still going back to a Ren Higurashi type deal, but oh well. Such is life. Well, I would like to go back to a Ren Higurashi type deal, but I need to make sure that the hands are shaped properly. I hate having to draw the things in my head. You know? A little further out, maybe. Yeah, that works for me. Mostly. Go. Actually, come in a little bit. There's our arm. Just merge. No, cancel, cancel. Merge it down. What's not right there? I really wish you would just not. My pen is getting on my nerves a little here. There we go. I'm getting in the weeds. I'm fine. Just draw. It'll turn out all right. A little bit of detail, it'll make you feel better. That sounded facetious. It genuinely does make me feel better a lot of the time whenever I'm struggling. On the inseam, so you'd be able to see the whole thing on this one. You wouldn't be able to see any of it on that one. Up on the underarm there. Well, no, you'd be able to see some of it there. Like so. There we go. Okay. This isn't looking right. That's throwing me off. No, this isn't looking. Oh, no, the whole torso is looking wrong. Go back, go back, go back. Transistor music, nice. I'm just gonna stop using the switch between pens function thing. I'm just gonna click whenever I need to change. Okay. We'll just sort of round that off. We don't need the torso to go on that long. Do. Second. Have this one be lower. About there so it can bob up and down. Like so. Looking good, feeling good. For the most part. There we go. All right, that works for me. Anything missing? I need the little... right there. There. Left in my chest as requested. And more than ever, we do need those oxygen tanks in the back. Okay. And then rebreather. Oh, it does need to be moved a little bit. Now we can add to this. We should probably have them individualized. Okay. Me, whenever I'm making a sci-fi robot species and writing for a collective, intelligent hive mind is too difficult. We should probably have them individualized. Okay. I don't know why I'm going over here for groups. Because I was trying to grab this. That's why. Control C, Control V. You specifically... Oh, I hate you. Erase this a little bit. There we go. Now they generally match. We do want... a second little strip there. And we want these to be a little lighter. A little more faint of detail. Okay. Now the fun part. Merge you down. Select. Grow by 3. Invert selection. Group layer. Group 902. Amazing. We're really getting up there. This community has come so far. I'm so proud of us all. I forgot to unselect the inside. Whoops. This community has done nothing. I'm so disappointed in all of you. There we go. This community has done amazing things. I'm so proud of all of you. I do think we're going to need another round of thickening. Me, whenever I'm simmering a sauce, but it's not the consistency I'm hoping for, so I'm going to have to add more cornstarch slurry to it. We're going to need another round of thickening. I leave you to come up with more, if you so choose. Sorry, hold on. Let me take the low-hanging fruit. Me, when I'm designing a chan, we're going to need another round of thickening. Oh, not a group. Go. Oh, what happened there, pal? Hold on a minute. Hey, what happened to your hand there? What's your most anticipated game of 2026? I don't know what's coming out in 2026. I don't keep up with games in terms of like release schedules and stuff like that all that well, really. I probably should get a little better at it, methinks. Stretch. Adjusting posture, as you should too. Fatal Frame 2 remake. I didn't know that there was a Fatal Frame 1 remake. I played too few 2025 games to anticipate anything. 2025 is pretty good for games, I think. At least I feel like I played a lot of good games here. All right. Now, coloring. I think this is the main one that we started with. Hopefully it is. I do so love to color. Lighter. Then darker. And then back to the original. Texturizing. Me when I'm a little Victorian boy given a coloring book. I do so love to color. Me when I'm Pim from Smiling Friends. This feels like something that he'd say. There we go. Then we want this one, I think. Yeah. Me when I me when I am, I think. That's nothing. That's nothing. That's nothing at all. Me when I'm Descartes. Me whenever I'm going to ruin the fucking monster hunt for everyone because I'm bad at the video game. Me when I'm Descartes. Me when I'm playing my favorite Mario spin-off. I'm Descartes. Me whenever I'm 7 years old playing Mario Kart and I don't understand the distinction between the character and the vehicle. I'm Descartes. Me when I'm 40 years old playing video games and I understand that the character is merely a vessel piloting the cart and I'm actually in control of the cart and not really the character. I'm Descartes. Me when I'm in a grocery store and I'm full of groceries at the checkout aisle. I'm Descartes. Oh no. I could keep going, I think. No, I think that's the last one I have. I think that's the last one I have. I feel like I could do those forever. They're so much fun. They're so much fun and they make no sense. Me when I'm put before the horse. I'm Descartes. That one's so bad. That's nothing. Oh, that's also... What's happening? What? Why aren't you coloring? Oh, it's coloring the wrong layer, that's why. Oops. Back to a darker shade. New one, and then we just stay dark. Me when I'm Bravo 6. That's nothing. That's not, no. Don't let me start. These ones, real light sprinkling of texture. And then get our yellow in there. Iconic yellow, even though this isn't the iconic yellow. I'm like the red 40 of streamers. Which is weird because most of my audience is European. Me when I'm 23.70% on Scrandle, I'm Duckheart. All right, +2, massive +2. Holy shit! Insane? Work with that one. Clementine. You and I'm trying to name the new citrus that is very similar to oranges, but smaller. That's not. Shut up! Shut up! Stop me! Don't let me do that. You have to understand, it requires extremely minimal brain effort to focus on a task and just think about stupid jokes that aren't funny with the same exact punchline over and over. When you already have the punchline, getting there is the easy. It's so much easier. It's the easiest joke you can make in perpetuity. Okay. And group player. We're not nearly done yet. Wait. No. Now we color in the line art. Not really substantially different, is it? Oh, because it's not coloring anything. That's why. Haha. I don't know why I laughed like that. That's a little unsettling. Don't let me do that again. There we go. Looking good. It's like how a lot of riddles are written nowadays where it's what am I and they just work backwards from the answer. I'm sorry. I hate to do this to you. Why are you Ryakishi posting? Why are you possessed by the wayward spirit of an Ushiromiya family member in the questions arc? Who is on to nothing at all? Sorry. This needs to be read as well. When I'm 7 years old and my creative vision trumps all sense, aesthetic style, this needs to be read as well. I don't know why I'm always coming for the 7-year-olds. I don't know why I'm always attacking 7-year-olds. You know what I mean? I don't know why every single time I'm like, oh, what's the funniest age to ridicule? It's always 7-year-olds? Something about being 7 is inherently funny, I think. And worthy of ridicule. Like, how dare you be 7 years old and have a favorite color? You're in, like, 2nd grade, dude. Start doing equations, buddy. Imagine being 7. Honestly. Imagine being 7 years old. Grow up. Grow up, dude. Come on. Okay, now this I might hate a little bit. You would never catch me being 7? Well, I mean, that is a benefit. They do run quite fast. So you're right about that one. What they lack in knowledge and social grace and really any positive traits whatsoever, they make up for in their ability to run at high velocity, which is in some ways also still a downside. Okay. Me when I'm Matthew Mercer and my player characters have just killed an important boss enemy during a critical role campaign. How do we want to do this? All right, color-wise, we have no colors. Looking like this is going to be the same dark as the rest of it. We're just sort of filling it in loosey goosey because I'm not particularly pressed on the details. We want this to be silver, I suppose. Yeah, that works for me. Fun fact, I actually developed this technique in Soul Calibur 6 in the character creator. When I wanted to make steel or any metal look like it's a little more like texturized and just look maybe like someone had like molded it into the shape that it was, I took this camouflage pattern and I made it really, really small and then made it 3 different shades of very similar grays just to make it look like there was a lot of color variance in the steel. It worked quite well. I was very happy with it. Let's go back to the D4 soundtrack. We do still need wire. Me when I'm making a YouTube poop of Breaking Bad, and I'm trying to make sure I've got all the funniest voice lines in there. We do still need wire. Me when I'm Smoker the White and I'm trying to talk about my special interests. We do still need wire. Okay. What did I just delete? I think we want this to go over. Want this to be dark. Colored line art, yippee. Actually, that could stand to be a little darker. Yeah, that works. Okay. And then we want to put this all in one group. And that's the rebreather. We're going to turn the opacity down a little. And we're also going to put everything else in a group, and we're going to turn the opacity down on that and the opacity down on that. And then we draw our little rebreather tube thing. Which is not gonna, I mean, there's not really much, it's a tube. It's a tube that does that, you know? That's what it does. Yep. That's a tube. There it is. No way. Who'd have thought? My mind. Can you Alright, and then I mean it's probably gonna be this dark gray color, I have to imagine. Real light on the texture. I think for this one we do actually want to. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. I can live with that. Oh, hold on. I'm forgetting a very important aspect. One moment, please. Where are my manners? Oh. It's very important. Okay, now we can get rid of you. You're not needed anymore. Okay. I'm realizing now. I forgot to draw blink frames, but it's fine because we're gonna figure that out now. One moment, please. Need to calibrate mentally. Color's good. Either is. You three need to go in there with the rebreather. There it is. Perfect. Okay. How do I want to do this is the question. Hmm. Give me a moment. I just need to mentally prepare myself for this task so I can tell what's going on. We no longer need you. Alright. Now, you're not going to live there. But I do need to use you to align the eyes for a moment. Well, not right now, but soon. Okay. I want bubbles. Me whenever I'm 4 years old in the tub. That's nothing. How do I want to do this? Oh shit! Howdy, hey, backseat. Welcome, welcome. Hi, everyone. We're in the middle of making a new model. We're gonna be playing Subnautica here soon, so gotta get myself ready to suffer. It's gonna be great. Oh boy. What are you folks coming from? Well, what were you playing, backseat? I was trying to watch backseat. Now I'm here. Apparently, I see. Well, the good news is you technically succeeded in watching backseat to completion, as a matter of fact. Secret of the Mimic. I see. Did we find out the secret? Mod that makes basically everything in the newest Five Nights at Freddy's invisible. I see. Interesting. For fans of Dispatch, perhaps. I trust it'll go swimmingly. It's gonna go great. I was supposed to play Subnautica during Halloween month, October, as everyone knows. But then it ended up being really busy during October. So we're having a special stream celebration that I like to call October 2. There's no November anymore. It's October 2. I'm still streaming horror games for another month. Subnautica counts as a horror game for me. I am making the PNG tuber for Subnautica right now. Yes. We are just about finished. We have one for when we are swimming, and we have one for when we're on dry land. Right now, what I want to do, and what I'm trying to figure out how to do, is I want to use the blink frame that Krita has, which you can see there, to, rather than just blink, when the rebreather is on, I want to use the blink frame to also have air bubbles stream out of the rebreather. Because I think that'd look cool. I just need to figure out how I want that to look. How do the PNGs work when we're talking? I'm using a program called ViatoTube. It's a relatively simple program, simple animations. It uses up to 4 different frames, a minimum of 2 frames of animation. It has one for when I'm not talking, like so. One for when I'm talking, and then optionally blink frames for talking and not talking. So it's pretty cool. It cycles between them. It also has, like I said, limited animations that you can do. State properties. Image mode smooth play from... Oh, I can edit the interval? Interesting. Okay. What I'm planning on doing with the Subnautica model, specifically the one where I'm underwater here, is I found out there's this one called Wave Move, where I can circle around, right? I used this on a ghost model not too long ago, which I will show off since Flora is prompting me to do so. This is the one that I had for some Halloween streams. As you can see, it moves around a little bit. So when your mic is making a certain amount of sound, the mouth opens basically. Yep, it's just got a threshold for a certain amount of volume. I have this one. I had this for Silent Hill F that we were streaming not too long ago. As you can see, it's a bit smaller than the other models. This one was for Silent Hill F, a very cute model, if I do say so myself. Let's see. We made this one for Of the Devil, which I was quite happy with. This is a really fun one to make. I can't wait for more Of the Devil to come out. We're going to be streaming that as soon as it does. Thoroughly impressed by that game. But I tried to mimic the art style for this model. I made these two for Red Alert 2, and then I hated the game and crashed out really hard and never got an excuse to use them, even though this model that I have right now is one of my favorite ones that I've ever made. So it's a real shame I never got to use it, which does suck a little bit, but I'm really normal about it. This one is for if we're playing Balatro. I feel like, you know, that one, I mean, all you really need to know is right there on the tin. What else? What else? This one is for Overcooked. I'm switching mostly to the ones that are unique and fun to look at. Although I like all of them a normal amount. What else is there? Oh, I have these ones that I'm really proud of, and then we'll get back to it. These were for when I was playing Warcraft 3. I wanted to try and make the models for Warcraft 3 look like the really old, kind of janky 3D models. I think it went really, really well. I'm still very impressed by how well these turned out. And I, of course, have color variations on them. The Orc one is really good. And a Night Elf one, which I hate. I despise this one thoroughly. I despise it thoroughly. And a Katamari one! I forgot about this one. This is a really good one. I was very happy with how this one came out. But yeah, that's what we're working with. Back to... Where are you? There you are. Okay. Nope, wrong one. Oops. That was not on purpose. Usually it's on purpose when I do that bit. That was not on purpose. My bad. Oops. Anyway, I was going to show off what I'm planning on doing with the state effect. So I have this effect here that makes me move around in a circle, but I can modify it and have it just move up and down on the y-axis instead. And then if I modify the interval to be really slow up and down, then when I'm using the model where it looks like I'm sort of floating in the water a little bit, it'll look like I'm bobbing up and down in the water a little, you know? So it should be fun. I just need to make sure that I can actually follow through. We are overdue for a break. But we just got a raid, and I don't want to send everyone from the raid directly into a break. So we're gonna see if I can get this bubble done, because if I can get this bubble done, then we can get the model and we might be able to stream Subnautica for like an hour. I don't have a lot of time. So let me get a quick glug of water, and then we'll make it look like we're underwater. Okay. It's a pretty cool idea, having individual models for different games. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It has been my quote-unquote channel gimmick for a hot minute. What are we working with? Okay, so I want bubbles. How do I want these bubbles to look is the problem that I need to... I think I can play rather loose with it all. Okay, what I would like to do is to have this kind of be a little 3-frame animation, maybe. So we'll call that frame 1. Pull it up a little bit. Break off somewhat. Okay. And water. I need to look like it's streaming upwards a little more. Because that is how oxygen do. Okay. I think we will keep... Will the thin line art be an issue? I don't think it will be. But how do I want to do this? Give me a second. Alright. Merge that down. We're going to need to make that a little thicker. Well, hold on. Whoopsie-daisy. Okay. And then... Here's what I want to do. I want to move these out a little bit, actually. Okay, hold on. First, merge the layer down. But then... move it out a little bit. Okay. Now that we got that, I think what I'm going to do is we're just going to color these in real light. No, I want it to be bluish so it looks bubbly. Like the Michael variety. Perhaps. And... real light. Fill. And... I don't like how that looks. At all. Not even a little, as a matter of fact. What if we did it all white? Oh, hell yeah, transistor. Nice. Okay, let's go grayish like that. I mean, we risk it looking a little bit like smoke, but such is life. I think that'll be fine. Yeah, I like that. And then fill it in a little. Even if it doesn't work out, experimentation is fun. And fun is the essence of art. Or creativity. I don't know, man. I'm just drawing pictures. We'll set them to 60% opacity. Okay. All right. Stretch. Now. I mean, just playing around with it real quick, real rough like that. It does seem like it works. It does seem like it plays. Let's save real quick because we haven't saved this entire time. Have a good one, Lemonade. Always happy to have you around. Give me 1 second here, real quick. Sorry. All right. Now we gotta play with the eyes a little. I think we're gonna leave the rebreather where it is. All right. Open. How's that look? Not loving it. I think the eyebrows are a bit too... There we go. Good to go. Perfect. We got ourselves a little blink. Got ourselves a little breathe. We do want to just yank those and pop them on over to the other model as well. You know what? Instead of doing that, here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna take the whole dang eyeball layer. Walk it right over. Good to go. All right. I'm gonna do the wet diver first. I'm gonna go for the dry, wet, dry method here. Or wet, dry, wet. I don't know. I'm doing the wet diver first. Moving him down here so we don't have to worry about the torso cutoff being visible. Enter. All right. Save once more. Oh, you moved a little when you weren't supposed to. Okay. Straighten things out. I love you, River Sips from Chicory, A Colorful Tale. Background layer, and now it's everyone's favorite part of a Jelly channel art stream. The part where Jelly just says a bunch of numbers out loud while saving files. Well, not really numbers, but you know, you get it. It's just going to be a lot of me talking to myself as I get things organized. Diver. New folder. Wet. Dry. We're starting with wet. PNG. Closed 1. Closed 2. Closed 3. Then Gotta get a little funky with it. Where's our... Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's not right. Hold on a minute. Whoops-a-daisy. Those are all wrong. Let me get these all in their own group layer. I'm gonna move to where they should be. Right about there. There we go. Save as. Closed blink 1. Closed blink 3. No, cancel. Because that's going to be closed blink 2. I don't know why I called it 3. This one will be closed blink 3. Okay. And then now we do open on all of them. Oh shit, I had the background. Oh man. One moment, please. Let's try that again. Okay. Okay, now we can get to the open eyes. Open your eyes. Open 2. You know, the more I'm thinking about it, the more I realize that we probably could have just done this one, and we don't need to worry about switching between underwater and not underwater. But you know, when have I ever made more work for myself than I needed to? That doesn't sound like me. Alrighty, open blink 3. Okay. Now we open my favorite web site, gifmaker.com. Sorry, easygif.com. And we start making some GIFs. Even though Krita has native animation software, I just don't use it. Plus 3. Looking good. Alright. Looking cool, Joker. Am I allowed to make that reference? I've never played that game. Closed A. Now we're gonna have to play with the length of this animation a little bit to get it looking right. Oh, it didn't. Uh-oh. That's rough. Okay, well... It was a little too transparent, and it's not picking it up whenever I'm making it into a GIF. Which is a shame. Did it add a white background? No, it clearly didn't, because they're transparent. Okay. So how can we fix that? That's going to be a problem. I think we just turn the opacity off, and that might fix it. Let's see. Save as 1. Should make it more visible and hopefully functional. And hopefully it's just opaque enough that it looks fine as is. Here are those autosaves. Please work. I think this is a really cool idea, and I think it'll work. Please. Please be nice to me. I mean, kinda? I wish I knew why it was doing that. It needs to be just a little faster. Okay. I think I need a 4th. How can I make sure this works how I want it to? Give me a second. I think I need a 4th blink frame. Don't worry, I swear. I swear it's gonna work fine. During stream, don't forget to have a mug handy to do your best Bane impression. I'll see what I can do. 3, and then we'll make that, I don't know, 100. Don't crossfade. Or don't stack. That should work, but we'll double it just to be sure. Save image as open B. Okay. I'm gonna test this right now just to see if it works. One moment, please. I need to see if it plays. I'll be back shortly. Don't worry. Don't panic. I'm still here. Current state. Okay. Open mouth, blinking image, replace image. Stream assets. Auto tube. Jelly, new model. Diver. Wet. OpenB.gif. Okay. Oh, hold on. I think that's gonna work. I think that's gonna work on that one. Okay, I need to make the blink shorter? Is that right? Do I need to make the blink shorter? Or does it stay until it plays the entire animation? Is that how that's working? It definitely doesn't. 1 second. Okay, gonna have to play around with timings. I think we actually want this to be way shorter than it is. Welcome, Walrus! 2 raids in 1 stream, that's crazy. Okay, yeah, that's definitely the speed we wanted at. That's the new open B. Okay, then 1 second. We need to go back to closed blink and do redo all of these. This needs to be closed blink 4. Hi, you've caught us in the middle of finishing up a model. Which is strange, because usually people catch me in the making of. And it takes a really long time. Save as. Closed blink 1. What are you guys playing? We're gearing up to play some Subnautica. I think I usually caught you with a raid during break. That's true. That's true. We've specifically delayed break so that I can get this model done. All right. So 10, 10, 10, 200. That's a little excessive. We'll just call that 100. That should probably be fine. Save image as. Open B. Yes. I'm streaming modded World of Horror. Interesting. So you're having an October 2 as well? Oh, it feels weird to not have my model up there when I'm talking. It's like I'm not... I feel like I'm not really a presence on my own stream. That's so strange. I don't like that. I'm uncomfortable when it is not about me. It doesn't feel right. Okay. Stack. This is looking pretty good. Closed B. Okay. Open 1, 2, 3. Open A. Okay. All right. Then we need replace with closed A. Then open A. Then closed B. And open B. Where are you? Okay. I think it works. The blank frame goes a little too long, though. Okay, is it going just until it finishes? Yeah, okay. Can I make the blink frame shorter? Sync blink animation. On. I think I probably do want to do that, yes. Blink interval... Probably does that specifically if it's a blink that's, what is it? I mean, it looks like it's working relatively well. It looks like it's working relatively well. Hold on. Let me get things moving, and then I will allow you all to be the judge. Okay. Maybe it needs a little less up and down, perhaps. All right. How's it look? How does it look? How are we looking? I think the blink goes on just a little too long. But I think it's doing what I want it to. How's it look on a black background? Hold on. I'm risking everything going up in flames when I open game capture and it doesn't reopen. I think that looks pretty good. I think that looks pretty damn good. I'm not gonna lie. I think that turned out pretty great. I think that's, other than the blink lasting maybe a little too long, I think that's pretty good. The longer blink works well in an underwater setting? Maybe. I mean... I don't know how the AutoTube actually does their whole blink thing there. I wonder if it's staying longer because I set it to a longer interval in GIF Maker. That might be the case. slightly slower bubbles. That's the only difference I can think. Maybe. We can definitely try. Hold on. Gift maker. Let us adjust. Let us adjust. Closed blink. I'm gonna try 4. For all I know, VAutoTube like sets it so that it stops the blink whenever the animation I have finishes. Don't cross, or don't stack, rather. Let's see. I guess we'll find out. It's gonna be closed B. So 15, 15, 15, 50. Switch to manual. And we want open blank. 2, 3, 4. Upload files. $15, $15, $15, $50. Don't stack. Open B. Okay. Give me a sec. Place with. Okay. Okay, it doesn't repeat the animation from the looks of it, which is exactly what I want. Nice. Okay. I think that works. I think that plays. I still think the blink is a little long. But since I know it doesn't repeat, I think that means that I can reliably set this up how I want it to. Hold on. One more try. Then I think we got it. I think 2, 3, 4. Switching to 15, 15, 15, 10. Don't stack. Make a GIF. Image, closed B. Okay, as long as it doesn't repeat the frames. It doesn't. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, that's beautiful. There it is. That's exactly what I want. It's exactly what I want. I'm going to keep this open. Well, no. I mean, that's it. That's exactly what I was looking for. Oh, that's so fucking cool. Oh, that's so cool. Nice! Oh, I'm really happy with how that came out. That's really good. That's really, really good. Nice! Hell yeah! Oh, man. All right. I'm very happy with how that came out. Very, very happy with how that came out. Nice! Okay. I mean, I feel like we don't need the other one. Did we make the other one for nothing? Do we need the other one? I feel like this is cool enough that I don't even want the other one to be there. I feel like I just forget to switch anyway. But I mean, I made the damn thing. I mean, I guess I made it, so I should probably use it. For all the time it's gonna get, you know, in the sun. Alright. Could be your break avatar, that's true. We'll find a use for it. I'm nothing if not thrifty. It's one of the scout codes or whatever. Right. And then... And this one's considerably less, you know, difficult because we don't have to worry about a little rebreather animation. Closed one. Close 2. Close 3. Close blink. It's weird that I call it open and closed whenever... Like, it's the naming conventions I chose are strange, but I have to stick to them or else I die. Open blink. Gift maker, my beloved. Let me open you back up. Gotta do twice more with feeling. Upload. Don't stack. As open. Upload. That was wrong. That was that. Whoops. Let me rename this real quick. Because that's supposed to be closed.gif. And this will be open.gif. There we go. Alright. Time to make the other one. Diver. Where is closed? Hello? It's just evaporated? Interesting. I don't know what happened to it. Oh, it's in the wrong one, that's why. Okay, gotcha. I see. Move those to diver. That's why they're not there. There we go. Close. Open. Closed blink. And open blink. And then get rid of the wave. There we go. You blink. Yeah, you blink. Why are you different size when you blink? That's just me. I'm normal. It's normal. Gotcha. All right. Nice. What hotkeys do I want these on? Sign shortcut. Alt D1. And then you will be Alt D2. Don't do that whenever you have that open. Oh. There we go. Looking good. Nice. Kind of looks like a transformation animation. Oh. Getting low. Panda stays in relatively the same position. I'm surprised at how consistent the proportions are between the two of them, actually. That's a little impressive. Only a little. Are you going to do it only manually? I'm going to have to. Breaking it down. Swimming animation is basically a stealth animation in an imsim. So true. It's exactly what it is. Well, all right. Cool. All right. Now, I'll be honest with you. I do have about an hour left until I would need to start getting ready. I don't think I want to start playing. I don't know how long the introduction to Subnautica is going to be. So I don't think I want to start playing it today, knowing that I'm already going to be a little pressed for time. I think we're just going to call it a shorter stream today. Made the model. We were successful with this one. Extremely so, I think. I'm really, really happy with how this came out. The bubbles look fantastic. I mean, look at that. That's beautiful. That's a thing of beauty right there. So, is there anyone live that we can raid? Now that we've been raided twice. It does not appear that anyone in the community is live. So that's going to be all from me then. Thank you very much for watching. I made fan art. Want to show that before? You know what? We can. We're actually very behind on fan art. So I'm gonna. Give me 1 second. We're very, very behind on fan art. So I'm gonna grab everything. We're gonna show off all the fan art that I have been very late on showing, and then we will call it a stream. So let me pull it all up. All right, yeah, we got to go relatively far back. Okay. All right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. I saw VTubers that changed their Subnautica model based on the O2 meter. Interesting. I don't know how they would do that, but that sounds very, very cool. All right, let me disable truncated usernames so that I can actually see stuff. All right, so I don't know why I'm yelling so much. I apologize. Window capture. All right, it's set to capture. Oops. Okay, so first up, courtesy of Mikuholic, we have a Hex-chan. Say hi, I drew a Hex-chan a while ago, but I touched her up, so I hope you all like her. I think this is a very, very cool looking Hex-chan. Very well rendered hexahedron up here. I love the texture of the hair here. Very good smile, and getting the perfect music to start playing for this as well. The track we've got now is That a Puzzle from the Talos Principle 2. We got the little Institute of Applied Neomatics logo here. A very cool, very cute Hex-chan. Thank you very much, Mikuholic. I have something planned with regards to Hex-chan that I definitely want to get implemented if possible. So, if I can figure it out, I'll be a very happy Chan. For now, I'm very happy with this Chan. Thank you very much, Mikuholic. Next up, courtesy of File Fighter, we have a little drawing of me in Chicory, A Colorful Tale, my favorite game of all time. I love, 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 love Chicory so much. I cannot sing its praises enough. I think you did a really good job here, File Fighter. You did a good job using the the blue as the line art, which is nice because you don't get a black. So the blue, very nice. It's value-wise much darker than all the other colors, so it works out really well. I like that you used a lighter blue here and that you just used the lines to make it seem like it's a shaded area. And I like that rather than going for a full yellow on the coat, you went with lines of yellow, white, yellow, white, yellow, white, because it makes it appear to be lighter than that really saturated yellow, and it gets it closer to that what is it? It definitely, it gets it closer to that pale yellow that I use. That's a really clever way of trying to sort of trick the brain into seeing a lighter color than is actually there. It's a really fun trick to play around with whenever you're learning how to draw in Chicory. I love Chicory dearly. It taught me so much about art. If you genuinely want to know why I am or how I am the artist that I am today, it is because I played Chicory. It is excellent at teaching you fundamentals and teaching you how to enjoy art and teaching you how to improve at art through that enjoyment just by turning creativity into play. I cannot sing the praises of Chicory enough. Thank you very much, File Fighter, for this very charming portrait from my favorite game of all. Thank you so much. Next up, courtesy of Lemonade Standing, you know we're really behind because this is Elden Ring fan art. It's the girls. It's the girls fighting a big flaming chariot, which is not really a chariot. Just Chicory got it. It's the game is called Chicory: A Colorful Tale. It's available on all platforms. I recommend it on PC mostly because then you'd have mouse, which is a little easier to draw with. Although I think Switch has touchscreen support, so that could be good. And PlayStation 4 might have some touchscreen support with the little DualShock 4 touchscreen thing. I don't know. But I recommended it on PC first and foremost. I love it to death. If you do play it, please let me know in the Discord. I am always happy to hear about people playing that game. I'm always happy to see the art that people play in that game, or the art that people make in that game. I am delighted every single time someone engages with Chicory. I love it so dearly. And I love this extremely cute art from Lemonade. I love that each of the rats has like their own little accessories. Mostly like they've got the bow and tail, but she's wearing like a choker. She's got the little earrings. She's got a headband on. Very cute. If you weren't here for the Elden Ring streams, I did not use summons when I was for the most part for like all encounters. But what I would like to do is there's a rats summon that you can get where if you have it fully upgraded, it summons 4 rats, and it does not cost any FP. And I would like to get the bosses down to like just one more hit would kill him, and then I would summon the rats and let them finish the boss off. And it was genuinely quite fun to summon them, wait for them to run in close enough, and to sort of like stay alive and defend myself long enough till they could actually get the job done. It was very fun. That counts as me using a summon, therefore run invalid. Okay, gotcha. So fun Elden Ring runs invalid. Noted. I'll try not to have fun next time. I'm sorry. But what I'm not sorry for is showing this art on stream. Thank you very much, Lemonade. This is adorable. I love this dearly. Thank you very much. And then we have some Factorio fan art, specifically the return to Factorio streams that we did not too long ago, where we powered our entire factory using love. The Yuri has returned. We set up a bunch of coal miners and had them all feed into each other and share the coal between one another. So they were sharing kisses, and we used that to power our entire factory to get us launched into space. So this is just 2 little burners that are facing each other, that are feeding each other coal. They're sharing kisses. Makes the love, love makes the world go round. Thank you very much, Lemonade. Also very cute. I love the like background you did with all these little like brush strokes. I think that's a texture brush that Krita has. I really should play around with the brushes that Krita has more. Next up, courtesy of is this Lemonade Standing as well? This is from Yasuhira during the Telltale's The Expanse game streams. Holy shit, it's Io! God, we gotta get Joe to play this. That was a lot of fun. Real short stream game series. I don't know why I added it to the docket, but I'm very glad that I did. It was a very short, delightful time. Expanse Myths would be a lot of fun. It was a really good stream. Thank you very much, Yasuhira. I love the... It's right behind me, isn't it? Next up, courtesy of Kiga Gomex, The Horrors. This is from when we played Silent Hill F. So finally getting into fan art that's relatively recent and relevant. This is very cute. I like that you made the bag pink to match with like the bunny ear costume. The very cute little pose. The horrors just in the background. I can't tell if she's supposed to be blinking. Usually I do I mean, you see how I do the eyelashes on the bottom, but you have them more off to the side so it looks more feminine. Very cute. I like this a lot. Thank you very much, Mickey. Kiga Gomex. Kiga. Thank you very much. Very, very cute. Courtesy of Lurf, fellow When We Cry podcast host. More Silent Hill F fan art. This time, specifically myself, in Rena's pose and outfits. If you don't know, I've been reading Higurashi off stream. I've been on a really long break because I've been very, very busy lately. But Rena is one of she's by far my favorite character in Higurashi. She is absolutely my favorite character that Ryukishi has created. She is honestly probably my favorite character of all time currently. I love her dearly. She's just a very, 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 very well written character. She's a lot of fun. She's very cool. I love her a lot. And so I've been drawing her a lot, and Lurf has drawn me in her pose, which is very cute. I like the way that they drew the spirals here, where it's like they did the solid and then had the black spiral in, rather than what I usually do, which is the black and then draw the spiral in. But it's very cute. Lore accurate Ryukishi mitts. For some reason, she has more detailed fingers on the left one than on the right one. That's lore accurate. Thank you very much, Lurf. Very cute. And courtesy of Flora. a little chibi. Shaking with terror. Tiniest little baby goldfish. Honestly, though, that's kind of what it's gonna be like. I can't lie to you. That's like I'm so fucking scared of the ocean, gang. I can't lie to you. I'm so scared of the ocean just because, like, if I'm standing even in shallow water, and if you've ever been to the beach, you know that if you stand in shallow water, all the little fish will come up and they'll nip at you a little bit, just to like not because they're trying to do anything, but like that's just because that's how they interact with their environment, and you're a new thing in their environment. So like, hey, what the hell is this? And then they nip at you. I hate that shit so much. I hate it so much. I will literally spend all of my time in the ocean floating. I'll bring a little like inner tube or whatever so I don't have to touch the bottom. I hate it. I do not like being in the ocean. I don't belong there. It's not my domain. It's simply not my domain. Scared of the ocean or what it's hiding? A mixture of both. Leviathan Chan just wants to nibble on your toes. You have an interesting way of viewing the world, huh? You're more likely to touch algae here. Okay, that's still bad though. I still don't like the algae or the seaweed. That's also very gross. I don't like it at all. I not a fan. Not a fan. No, thank you. No, thank you very much. I hate that quite a lot. God help me. I do love this fan. Just vibrating with terror. I do love the little like teardrop droops in the spiral eye doodles. I think those are really, really cute. I think I like the sketchier style of drawing the eyes here. I mean, we're compromising a little bit on my iconic yellow, but if we add the blush as a consistent feature of my design, then I think we're good. We've still got plenty of yellow. We're still getting a lot of yellow in our diet. I just think that the drawn-on eyes work a little better just for the vibes. I mean, I'm free to switch it up however I see fit, but these are a lot of fun. I'm feeling them right now. You should use this for when you're really scared. Thank you very much, Flora. All right. That fan art has been a long overdue. So thank you again, everyone who submitted fan art. I know we don't get a lot of it. I love and cherish every single piece. Thank you very much. It means a lot to me if whatever you folks... I mean, if my streams inspire you enough to create art. Especially knowing that I've been in a bit of a rut and it's been difficult for me to create art myself. If I can be the catalyst for you to create something, that's very special to me. So, thank you very much for making it. And that is going to be all from me. So thank you very much for watching. Tomorrow, we will be live with Subnautica. It should be a longer stream than usual. I might see if I can start early and end late, because we didn't get to play any today, and Subnautica is going to take a while. And we haven't been able to stream on Saturdays lately. So hopefully everything can go according to plan. And of course, this coming Wednesday, November 5th, is the 3-year anniversary of my stream career. It is the 3-year anniversary of my first stream ever. If you are not a regular on the channel, we like to host an event called the Streamiversary, where I do a little sub drive for some incentives throughout the year while I play Dead Space Hardcore. This year, we are going to be playing Dead Space 3 Hardcore. I gotta say, I'm dreading it. I booted it up a little bit just to see how it felt. It did not feel good. And that is the longest Dead Space game by far. It is also the least polished. It is the one that I trust the least in terms of encounter design. It is the one that I am least familiar with. So, I have a feeling we might hit that 24-hour time limit and not beat the game. Which would be a first, and I would be a little sad about it. But I'll live. I'll live if that happens. So, while I have you, I think I'm going to tell you some of the incentives that we have planned here. All right? I'm gonna pull up just a few of the incentives that we have. Let me sticky notes. One moment, please. All right. Give me 1 second. All right. I'm gonna paste that onto this here. And then take a little square of that, Control C, Control V, so that I can get it to cover it up. There we go. All right. We're just going to reveal a couple here. Let me pull back up game capture. If it will allow. Rita, there we go. Okay, so first, for 10 subs, we will secure our next Streamiversary game, which will be Dead Space 2006, the original, with mods. In particular, I'm planning on using the first-person mod for Dead Space. I think that'll be really fun. Dead Space 1 does not have a proper hardcore mode built into it. So we will just be sort of doing a little loosey-goosey, if I die, I restart the game type deal. But I'm going to install some mods, try not to do anything too silly, but stuff that will make it more interesting. VR Dead Space, if there is VR compatibility with the Dead Space first-person mod, I have an entire year to see if I can get a VR setup to pull that off, if possible. So I can't make any promises. That's if this mod has VR support. That's a big if, massive if. But it would be really cool if it were possible. So, next up, For 20 subs, I will be doing a stream, multiple, probably, at least 2, where I will read through what you are allowed to stream of Caconia. I believe it's only up to chapter 7 of Caconia. It's one of those deals where you can only stream, a limited amount of it. Not for like any content warning purposes. I think it's just like legality, copyright type deal. But I was very interested in seeing what was going on with Caconia. And I wanted to maybe read something on stream with Lurf, because we've been reading Higurashi together, and that's been a lot of fun. So, 20 subs, and we will be streaming what we can of Caconia. 30 subs. The Sketch Request Redeem of last year's Sketch Request stream will become a permanent addition to streams. I will add it, as well as an additional, more expensive variant, much like game redeems, to the channel point redeems. And we will add these to a queue. Once we hit a certain threshold, I'm thinking 5 redeems, we will plan a Sketch Request stream, where I will draw them on stream as we chat, and I'll just fulfill all of those requests and get them all done, and then we will be back to our regularly scheduled streaming. So this, I'm essentially looking at it as like commissions light. Just a way for people to spend their channel points on something that isn't just games, and a way to have people, commission art in a simple format for me, in a way that could help me branch out, and that could, get people some stuff that they're interested in. So at 30 subs, that will become a permanent fixture on the streams. For 40 subs, we will be streaming the Silent Hill series. This is going to be all of them. I don't want to just play the games that the series is known for. I don't want to do 1, 2, and 3 and then call it quits. I want to see all of it. If I had to play Dead Space 1 and 2 and then play 3 and realize the downfall of a series that I'd come to love, then I am going to play all of the Silent Hill games, including the ones that I hear are bad, like Homecoming and Origins. So if we hit 40 subs, I don't know when I'll schedule it. It might be another Halloween feature. It just depends on whenever we end up having time. But I will go and stream all of the Silent Hill games. Something that I've been very, very, very interested in for a very long time. I would be really happy with it if we hit this. Including the arcade rail shooter, if I can find a way to play it. Yes. For 50 subs, we will be hosting an anime movie night. For those of you who weren't around for the very beginning of my stream, even before my stream career, of my server's origins, it was an anime watch together server. It was something that I really enjoyed, but because I was working on my masters at the time, I ended up not really having a lot of time, and I ended up having to, drop it entirely and move on to different things. I'm going to add a little addendum to this as well. In addition to anime movie night, I will also be finishing the remaining entries on the Wheel of Whimsy and Weebdom. I think there were only maybe 4 or 5 animes left. And it never sat right with me that we never went and finished them. So I will be mopping up the remainder of the Wheel of Whimsy and Weebdom entries. For the anime movie night, I'm planning on having this be a voted thing. I want people to maybe specifically find anime movies or animated movies, something along those lines. This could go anywhere from Spider-Verse to Studio Ghibli, but I want it to be in the spirit of anime movie night. So I'll probably pull some requests from the community. I'll get that all set up, and then we can find a way that we can watch it together. I've watched a couple movies in VR chat. So that's worked pretty well, but that's more of a voice chat type situation. I don't think I would want to stream this. I think this would probably be more of a Discord event, which if you're interested in joining the Discord, it's not super, super active, but I'm trying to come up with some more stuff to get the community more involved and to get the Discord more active. You can find that if you scroll down and you can see it in my About section. And thank you very much, Pub, for pinning the sub, for pinning the Nightbot message. So that would be where the anime movie night for 50 subs. Or 60 subs. I will be streaming the Steins Gate visual. The very impetus of my current online existence is that Joe dropped Steins Gate, and I wanted to see what it was about. So I watched the anime, and I live blogged the anime, and then I decided, well, hey, why don't I just watch it together with some folks? And that's how my server started. I started watching anime with some people, and as I started watching anime with people, I started branching out. I started to become more confident talking online with people. I started to just become more able to network and get things set up, and it eventually led to the stream that you're watching right now. So, in honor of that, if we get to 60 subs, I will stream the Steins Gate visual novel. I don't know if that's going to be all roots, but I will stream it start to finish. I don't know how it's structured. I don't know what the deal is. But for 60 subs, we'll be doing Steins Gate streams. And I think this is the last one that I can reveal. This is the last one we have here. The max amount of subs we got last year was 67, so I planned for 70. At 70 subs, I will be doing a genuine feminist critique of Umineko. I will read foundational feminist literature. I will reread Umineko. I will talk to experts in the field if possible. I will compare my own interpretations of the text with other people in order to realize a more well-rounded interpretation of the text under this lens. I don't know if this is going to be a video essay. I don't know if this is going to be an essay proper. But I will, in fact, yes, C8, I will be talking to women. But I will be making, if we hit 70 subs, a genuine feminist critique of Umineko. And once it is released, if you ever ask in my chat room what the feminist interpretation of X is ever again, you're getting timed out. Okay? So, that is all that I have for today. These are our sub incentives for the upcoming Streamversary this Wednesday, November 5th. What is the feminist interpretation of the Streamversary rewards? Give me to 70 subs and I suppose you might find out. That's crazy. That's an insane thing to say. That's a lot of money. Anyway, that's going to be all. Look forward to these on Wednesday, November 5th. We are going to be streaming, again, 24 hours or until I beat Dead Space 3 Hardcore. Thank you very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow with Subnautica, because I'm sure that you folks will be the only solace I have in that dark, deep, wet abyss. And until then, have a good one, folks. See ya.